Hi everyone, welcome back to the Think Rich podcast. Today we're joined with Ritika Sodhani, who works with mutual funds portfolio management. Hello Ritika, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Mai? How are you doing? Thank you for calling me here.
I'm very good. So if we can just start, could you just
Yeah.
give our listeners a brief overview of what your job is?
Okay, perfect. So basically, I'm a mutual fund distributor. I take care of the MF part in my company. So when I talk about mutual fund distributor, the job is to manage the portfolios. The job is to prepare a portfolio as per the risk appetite of the client. Every investor is different. And mutual funds or equity market is actually the future of our India. So I always feel that you can never be dependent on one source of income. You definitely need a second source of income, and this is your second source of income.
Hmm.
Either you invest directly in equity or you invest through MF. Both are absolutely same. You're actually investing into the equity market, into the Indian equity market. And I am a firm believer of the growth of our country. I am so much bullish on our country's growth. I can't even justify it. So this is the best time, and especially for youngsters and for teenagers, people like you should start as early as possible, because see, everyone wants wealth. I There's nobody in this world who does not want wealth, who does not want to generate income.
Yeah,
Everybody is running after money. So MF portfolio is something wherein you are not running behind money, the money is running behind you. Imagine how it feels when you have 1 crore, 5 crore of corpus there in your account.
yeah,
Like any point of time you can use it. It's that good. The feeling is so wonderful, and you're investing through your hard earned income. That's the best part. I know we kind of do a lot of expenses. That's okay. But there's a thumb rule that I personally follow. 30% of your net income should be invested into your MFs or
yeah,
equities. If you don't like investing directly into the equity, so MF is the best option. So my job is basically to manage the portfolios, is to guide the clients in a right way. What all asset classes we should look out. So that's basically I do, interacting with the people. Okay, so I my job is also a field job. I have to meet clients. I have to conduct sessions on basic financial planning, on how mutual funds are dealt, on what exactly is the market outlook. So
yeah.
yeah, so that's how basically that's exactly what I do.
Okay, so is there like what sparked your passion for mutual fund portfolio management?
Okay, so I'll be honest. So my entire family is into equity market
Yes.
since more than 3 to 4 decades. So my grandfather actually started this business of equity market, followed by my father and then by me. So the spark is actually the family itself. I've been seeing my dad since years. I still remember there were times when market was so down, and mom used to say me ki, oh no, no, don't talk to dad, the market is down today, he's upset, he's had losses, and things like that. So that time I never understood only. But now when I started working now, I understand. When you when you actually see loss or probably a portfolio in red now, you get scared of it. It's like a fear. So I think the spark is basically my family only, because I've been into this environment since years
Yeah,
only. So the credit goes to my family.
that's great. So when you started out, what considerations did you have in mind?
Okay, right. So I'll be honest. So okay, so right after my 12th only, I started working. I joined the business, but in the beginning, now it was little difficult for me. I was not at all convinced with this line. I had a very different dream in my life. That was like a total opposite. So for
Okay.
1.5, 2 years, I was very upset, because see, I'll tell you, when you are doing a mutual funds job, so it's not just a finance field, it's basically marketing as well. It's finance plus
Yes.
marketing. And I'm someone, I used to hate marketing. I thought that I'm someone that I can only do a sitting job. So this was basically a perception that I've made for myself, that actually I used to have this perception for myself. So probably for 1.5 years I couldn't figure out only. And actually this happens when you are starting your journey, when you're starting your career now, so it is difficult for you to identify which field, which department is good for you. So my advice is explore everything, explore
Yeah.
each field, each department. So that's exactly what my father told me. I have genuinely explored every department after my 12th. So my business, I started working during my college days only. So I explored every department. So probably after 1.5 or 2 years, I was able to make a decision. I was able to make a firm decision for myself that this is what I want to do in my life. And that is where I never stopped that. Then I was like, "Okay, fine, the field is good for me, whether it's marketing, whether it's finance." Now I personally feel that I love marketing more than finance. Earlier I
That's
used to hate
great.
it, but I'm telling you this, any field you work in, marketing is one thing that is very, very important, that is actually included in every field. Even finance has marketing. So
Yes.
exploring departments is very important, especially for people who are starting their careers. Don't make any quick decisions. I used to do that, and that is, and today I realize that that was my biggest mistake. I made quick decisions because I wasn't aware. Today, if I make a quick decision, that's a very good thing. But when I wasn't aware about things, so making quick decisions, and probably at a very young age, we naturally do it. So exploring, very important. Make sure, even if you're interested in any field, you have to deal with marketing. That's for sure. You have to deal with it. Yeah.
I completely agree. I'm also a fanatic of marketing. So, as you said that you didn't like marketing in the start. So, what did you think when you were learning about it in your field?
Okay, so marketing, right? You're talking about the marketing
Yeah.
now.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll be honest here. When I started marketing, so marketing basically is totally equal to sales only. There's
Yes.
nothing new. We definitely find a lot of fancy definitions, but believe me, when you are in corporate field, marketing is equal to sales. There's nothing new in it. And I hated sales the moment I started. I never liked calling a person and asking for and preparing his risk profile. I never liked visiting a person, meeting him or her, doing the transactions. I never liked it. I said, what kind of a job is? I'm not even made for sales or marketing. I can't do it. That was the only decision that was running in my mind throughout. But I'll tell you, my mind, my perception changed entirely when I thought, let me just focus on it for a moment. Let me give it some time. I started meeting people because I was actually an introvert. I still am. It was very difficult for me to interact with people. So that is why I thought that sitting job is good for me. So I made a perception, but I changed it. I started meeting people. I started interacting with them. That that actually got confidence in me, and that's how my perception changed. And I started liking sales a lot. And with sales, I could be a part of MF. I thought that's something that I can do the best only. There's no other field which is made for me apart from sales. So I started with sales is nothing for me, and today I am that sales is everything to me. So that's how I my perception has evolved in the last 7 years. So now I'm genuinely loving sales, marketing, whatever you guys call it, and finance. It's a combination of everything. And if you have to grow in your life, if you want to earn more income, I'm telling you, sales and marketing is one thing that will make you reach heights. You can genuinely touch skies with sales and marketing because this department has the maximum income. It has the maximum income. Finance sitting job will not give you that much income that a field job can give you. So my perception has changed a lot during the last 7 years, I would say, only after exploring it.
That is actually very fascinating. So, looking back on your career, which is still in progress, what single
Yeah.
principle has been the cornerstone of your success?
Okay. So I don't know if you guys agree or not, but the only principle that I feel right now is you should definitely listen to your elders. Why? I'll tell you why for this.
Yeah.
I never listened to my dad. He's an experienced person into this field. I always thought, well, let me do things my way when I'm talking about career. But I was so distracted or probably so off track that I couldn't I wasn't able to finish up one single job only. And he used to guide me. I never used to listen to him. I never listened to him. I'm telling you very honestly because he has an experience of that particular field.
Yeah,
See, I understand we as youngsters, we kind of want things our way only. We don't even listen to people or probably to our elders or even our parents only. But I'm telling you, do listen to your parents, especially for your careers. They have the best guidance ever. I genuinely got the best guidance from my father. He was like a support system for me. I was so demotivated at certain times, but he was there to support me. Ki, okay, no, this is what you should do. You should keep it focused. Don't be off track. So I think this is one principle that even today, for my career advice, I'm definitely following him, and I generally follow his footsteps. And second principle, I think it would be okay. So there's one thing which we Indians have, that we can work for 9, 12, 15, 18 hours a day. There's no
yeah,
limit. So it's not like 9 to 5 job, 9 to 6 job. If you want to grow now, just don't look out for a 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 job.
yeah,
That is not, see, that is only going to give you a fixed income, which is your salary. That's it.
yeah,
Be an entrepreneur in life. An entrepreneur, they never have any fixed salary or fixed income. They work for hours and hours. They don't see the time. Oh my god, it's 6 o'clock, my job's done. No, they don't work like that. So this was again the best advice that I got from my dad, that you either be a job person only who's working from 9 to 5, 9 to 6, or be an entrepreneur. So you need to decide. You want a fixed income? Do a job, 9 to 5 job everywhere, it's available. But if you want to be an entrepreneur, you need to think big. You need to think differently. And entrepreneur, they never look out for the time. They work effortlessly. So this is one thing that you should actually focus on. Decide what do you want to be. Okay, so also I decided that I decided that at the age of 30 or 25 or any XYZ age, I want this much amount in my bank. So to achieve that amount, how much do I need to earn today? Decide your goals. If you Okay, so I also decided that at 30 I want XYZ amount. Today I have to do this much. Today I have to earn this much amount. And for earning this much amount, I need to do a lot of hard work. I need to move here and there, or probably I need to meet 30 clients, 50 clients, and get the work done. That's how you will create a good corpus for you. You're not just working for a luxurious life, but you're also working for a good financial retirement. So today,
yes,
okay, not today, probably after 3 years, I'll be fully financially retired. Though I still am today financially retired, because my family has done a lot of investments for me in advance. But if I talk about my own income, my own investments which are done by me, in the next 3 4 years I'll be financially retired, only with the savings, only with the investments that I have done. So it's very important, start as early as possible. That's the only thumb rule that you have to follow. Believe me, the more early you start now, you are actually creating the biggest and the best wealth for your own self. So these are just few points that I've been following, and I also ask my youngers and I make sure that they also follow it.
that's actually very nice. So, as you said, your family had made some investments on your behalf. Can you
Yeah.
tell our listeners a few of them so that they know what you're talking about and how they can do it in themselves?
Perfect. So, okay, so I am here only talking about the mutual funds investments. So, what I
Okay.
take care of is, so, okay, so there are basically two modes wherein you can invest in a mutual fund, which is monthly SIP, and one is a lump sum mode. Okay, so today I'm 26. I still have running SIPs from last 26 years. I still have running investments from last 26 years. So just I genuinely thank my parents that they have taken a very good decision to invest for me, to invest for my future. And now I am doing an investment of my income for my future. See, parents can only help you out till the time you are dependent on them. Of course, they'll help you out later on as well. But it is our job that we need to make sure the moment we start earning, start investing, start saving. Saving does not mean keeping cash or keeping your money in bank, because bank is generally not going to give you anything. 2 to 3%, 4% gives nothing. It's actually negligible only. Our inflation, our basic expenses inflation is today close to 7-8%.
Yeah.
So are you even beating that inflation when your investments or when your money is in the bank? Of course, it's very much advisable that you should have 3 to 4 months of emergency fund in bank. But bank is not an investment. Be clear with it. Bank is only your like your emergency fund. Whenever you need it, you withdraw it. Bank is not an investment. So the moment you start earning, make sure you are starting your SIP. I'm not talking about the amount here. You can start with any amount, but make sure you're starting your SIP the day you have your first check. That is something I follow. The day I got my first income, I so what usually what as an individual what we do is whenever we have, for example, we have 100 rupee of income. So what we'll
Yeah.
do is, okay, I need to buy gifts for my family. I need to give them this much amount. I need to keep for gifts, this much for myself, this much for other XYZ expenses. That's how usually an individual does. So my calculation was a little different. I decided out of 100, 35, 40, I'm going to invest. So for example, if I'm investing 40, so 60 I'm going to utilize.
Yeah.
So just opposite. Rather than just calculating your expenses first, calculate your savings. That then only you'll be able to earn or you'll be able to invest more. Just don't go with the flow. Just do things which are actually accurate. Calculating expenses are not good. Start calculating your investments first. Whatever income you get, calculate your investment. This is my investment, and then from the remaining amount you go ahead with your expenses. So this is again another thumb rule that I've been following from a couple of years now. And I make sure I calculate my investment first. My investments are done first, then only I'll go ahead with my expenses. So I think you all should actually follow this. It'll help you a lot. This is the only method that will help you to generate wealth.
Wealth and income are two different words. So can you throw some light upon that? Because not all viewers, in fact, not all kids understand the difference between wealth and an income.
Okay. So my understanding about wealth and income is something that you are getting, which is
Yes.
being utilized. You're getting wealth. Wealth is something that you have generated, you have created it in a actually span of certain years. Wealth is something that you should aim for. Income reaches wealth.
Yeah.
Income will take you to wealth. If you have income now, then you need to reach wealth. Wealth is something I'm telling you, Mahi, if you have created your wealth now. So, I was talking about financial retirement. I'll tell you,
Yeah.
financial retirement is simply that you should have a portfolio, a corpus. Right now, for example, you have a corpus right now, and in your entire life, even if you are not getting any income, and every month you're withdrawing from your corpus, from your wealth portfolio, that portfolio will never become zero. So income will end, wealth will never become zero. So that is why wealth is basically generated over years. It's not like in a couple of months you can generate it. No, income can easily become zero at any point of time.
Yeah, there's no
Wealth
guarantee.
will never become zero, and that exactly is what financial retirement is. So you should
Okay.
aim for financial retirement. So just aim that I want a wealth of XYZ amount. Even if you're withdrawing it monthly, I'm telling you, even if you withdraw it monthly now, your entire wealth created, your portfolio will not be zero. See, your family must have also generated a lot of wealth, but they have generated wealth in a couple of years. It's not
Yeah.
like wealth is generated in a day or so.
It's a long-term thing.
Yeah, it's a long term thing. That is why I'm seeing this invest as early as possible, because the time tenure should be there. The
Yeah.
more the time you're taking to investment now, you're actually losing the opportunities. People are going ahead of you, and you'll be losing a lot of opportunities. See, this is a race. I'm telling you honestly, this is a race. It's a field of competition. Everybody wants to compete, whether in terms of money or anything else. So if someone is investing, someone is generating wealth, then why can't we generate? And I'm telling you,
Yeah.
there are very few women in the country who are actually looking out for the mutual fund distributor, who basically the mutual fund distributors. I always just shouted out that why are the women not coming for MFs, for financial planning? Maybe I also feel that a lot of women they are scared because they feel okay, so they have men in their family to look out for all these things. But I think it's very important for you to look out to take your own decisions when you are earning. So why are you dependent on someone else to take your income's financial decision? I remember
That's true.
earning, you are earning now, so don't be dependent on others to take your financial decisions. When you have the income, when you are working hard, so naturally you should be taking your decisions. So I think a lot of women, a lot of females, they should come forward. They should start taking their own financial decisions. It's very important. And I personally conduct a lot of women empowerment sessions wherein this is the only thing that I talk about, that please come forward, please understand what all investment tools we have, because it's very important for you. For example, if there's no men in your family, you can never be dependent on that person. I think this is just a perception which is being created by our society.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I still feel women like you're also very participative. You guys are coming forward, you guys are taking your own financial decisions. That's very important. That's the change we need, right?
So you said, as you said, women need to come forward. I think it's not socially very accepted in India, but that is something we need to work upon, obviously. So coming back to on mutual funds portfolio, why do you think profiling is a crucial thing for building a mutual fund portfolio?
So it is very, very important because every individual has different goals. They,
Yeah.
okay, so for example, you and me, you're someone who can easily invest for 5 years, but I'm someone I want to invest for 15 years. So my profiling easily becomes high because I'm not looking out for 1, 2, 3 years of return. Even if I'm in negative, I'm absolutely okay. But you are someone who wants to invest for 5 years. So if you get negative returns in 2 to 3 years, that's not acceptable. So every individual has different goals. See, risk profiling is first of all dependent upon goals, and second on the time tenure. That is why risk profiling is very important. Without a risk profiling, you should never go it. Everyone has a different time tenure of investment. Nobody wants to see their portfolio in negative. And in short run, definitely the market is so volatile that you can even see your portfolios in negative. But depending upon the risk profile that we've created, that we have actually
Yeah.
done, we can guide you better. Okay, this fund is good for you. The time tenure, this is good for you. So that is why I feel it's very, very important. Without a risk profiling, just don't even do any investments only. You need to be clear, first of all, okay, I'm investing for this much here. I'm expecting at least this much of return, whether I can get it or not. Ask as many questions as possible because it's your money.
Yeah.
You should be fully aware of it. Ask as many questions as possible. I'm telling you.
That is actually a very good advice. So, delving into your decision-making process, what have been some of your biggest career wins and what lessons did you learn from them?
Okay, so I'm into this field from last 7.5 years. My biggest achievement I would talk about was recently only when I got to know that in Rajasthan, I was declared as the first woman MFD who is working basically for the women. Actually, the only MFD, the only female MFD was working for the women. I was really happy, but I was a little surprised also. As I told you, that most of the women they don't even come out
Yeah.
only. So that was the time when I decided that okay, I have to do this more. Earlier, I was just meeting clients randomly, or probably someone would have given a reference and I met them. But I decided that I definitely need a path. I definitely need a way to meet clients, to meet investors as well. I cannot meet them randomly now. So I decided that I'll start meeting the females first of all. I'll only meet the females only. So that was the path that I took. So we have male investors. I started interacting with their wives, with their sisters, with their any female members in the family. That's the
Yeah.
path that I took. And I felt that there's a huge gap, and we should definitely cover this up because this gap now it's actually lacking a lot. That's the biggest reason why females, they're not even aware. Females are not even aware that their male members have actually invested somewhere. They kind of don't even know the investment amount, investment value, or the asset wherein we are invested. So
Yeah.
that's how I started. So this is a recent way, a recent path that I've given to myself. So I'm just trying on it, and hope it turns out good. But yes, it's very important because this way person would start understanding that this is important. Yeah, if I am earning, why am I depending on others? Now I'm taking, and I'm telling you, a lot of females have started taking the decisions that I've met. A lot of them have started taking their own decisions, and they're very happy and satisfied. They feel very confident.
They're
So
aware of what's going
yeah,
on.
yeah, absolutely. And you guys are so young. You guys are so well aware. Because Abhinav, presently, we have a lot of things. We have AI, we have Meta, we have so much things that can easily help us out. So awareness is there. But taking that first step, I think it's just lacking now. Awareness is there right now. In today's generation, awareness is there. I'm telling you. But we kind of hesitate to take the first step. So I'm just working on it. That take your first step. So I'm just working on that step only.
Congratulations on a recent win. So
Thank
I
you.
know that you're very busy. So this is the last question for tonight. What did
No problem.
your, like, as a young female professional, you must have had very different goals and strategies, like different from the male, obviously. So can you
Right.
throw some light upon that? Like, what did you
Okay.
think when you started?
Okay. So I kind of don't think that I had different goals or strategies. Definitely, I wanted to be someone who's been known by others. It's everyone's dreams. But of course, I faced a lot of challenges in the beginning. I still face them. People kind of don't ignore me because saying that, okay, you're a female, you might not have such knowledge. Let me just have a word with a male member. So that has happened a lot with me. And the people who used to say this to me, they are now asking me to manage their portfolio. So I think this is again a win for me, that I've
Yeah,
changed their perception. Because in the beginning, I'll be honest, I faced a lot of challenges from the people never, they even never interacted with me, because this is what a general perception that people usually
yeah,
have, that okay, a female is not so well aware, or a female might not have such good knowledge. I cannot be dependent on a female. Why would I be dependent on a female? Sometimes there were even such people who had this male ego issues, who said, I don't want you to manage my portfolio. No, no, no. I want a male member only to manage my portfolio. And this is something I'm telling you, 1 or 2% have actually said this to me on my face. So I was like, this is quite rude actually. I faced this. People have said this to me on my face only. But I'm happy that I was able to change their perception. Because this is what I wanted to do. I always wanted to change the perception. What people think about female advisors. People don't think good about female advisors. People don't even think bad about female advisors, but they don't consider them. But without talking to that person, without knowing that person, they just judge.
yeah,
So that's why I feel that, okay, let me have a meeting with you. Give me a chance to manage your portfolio. And I'm telling you, you won't regret the decision. Let me manage it. Let me take your portfolio to a next level, see the returns, then judge me. So these were probably a lot of so in the beginning though, I was so terrified, I'm telling you, with these comments and all. But I'm happy that I've changed few things. Still I face such challenges whenever I'm in a session, whenever I have to deliver a session. Most of the male members, they actually feel that, why a female is delivering a session, why
yeah.
can't a male deliver a session? So this has actually happened a lot with me. It still continues, I'm telling you. And Okay, so now it never upsets me. Now this thing is not upsetting for me. I'm actually happy because I know when the session will end, they'll be happy. I think they'll
Yeah.
not regret their decision. So I'm quite happy also, and it doesn't affect me now because this is what I want to do. I want to change their perception. I want them to realize that yes, female advisors do exist and they're good. They're good with their work. They're good to manage your portfolio as well. Of course, a male can also do that. It's not about a male or a female, but everybody can manage your portfolio. Just give a chance to them. So yeah,
Thank you so much for being a great epitome for women, female community, in fact. And thank you so much for
most
coming and
welcome.
taking out your time to talk
Thank you
at
for
this
calling me
podcast.
here.
Thank you.